Hello, it's me. The winter is on its way and England shows himself already from its grey and stormy side. Not that the English summer is particularly better, but it gives me the opportunity to realise creative projects outside without wet feet and freezing cold hands. Having a moan about the weather is probably so English as the actual rain is. So let's have first a warm tea and enjoy the moment next to the warm fireplace. How I make now a transition from a fireplace to a lamppost. Anyway, as I was walking with my dog, I spotted this particular lamppost. I don't know why it was exactly that one, but it caught my eye and pulled a farther step further than just recognizing it as a lamppost. It might be the moody morning light or the fact that it had some signs fitted on it. I just saw a situation and felt the urge to make something out of this interest. How so often I hadn't the final product in mind, but I knew if I just start doodling, that brings me to something. Something what probably on the first view has nothing to do with the initial subject, but it leads me to something completely new. Nothing new for the world, so to speak. No, it's rather a new destination for a personal creative journey. So that video serves the purpose that you can join me on that little creative mind fart. Normally, I take a moment for making some notes and sketches if I'm in front of my subject. But as I mentioned just before, it becomes really nippy outside and taking a photo felt just comfier. So after I studied my photo firmly, I took my notebook and defined lines and shapes. It has nothing to do with making a drawing versions of the photo. No, it's more about highlighting interesting parts and looking for an abstract language within the composition. I define the direction of the strokes and make notes about the color that I'm planning to use. If my drawing is finished, I'll take a moment and just consider the result. Sometimes add or remove stuff in that stage. It's like a plan for a painting. Sometimes I judge it not as interesting enough and start again. With others, I just make one line and it feels way too complicating and decide on just taking paint and brush and start doing what I do. But often are these pictures going to the bin. My sketches look never really fancy. I'm definitely not one of them who is proud to the notebook. To recycle pages, I often just overdraw old ones. I'm ending up with massive overscribbled pages, but yeah, for exactly that purpose are notebooks. I'd like to have notebooks in a gallery quality, but it's just not my thing. I have loads of beautiful notebooks though, and I'm just not using them because I think I'll wait until I have a better concept for them and continue using pound shop notebooks. Heh, so much to my notebooks. I like to work on strong structured heavy paper. My first step is always bring the lines from the notebook on my paper. It hasn't to be a one-to-one copy, just guides that I know where the colors are going. But rather than explaining how I paint the picture and making it just another how-to video for YouTube, I'd go closer to why a lamppost. Post-interpretation is the artist's most powerful tool, how Grayson Perry once said. As a hyper-creative, the whole day I'm creating something in my head. It never stops. It's like a never-ending opera in my brain. Often I don't fall asleep because I have just to fulfill that last never-ending thought for the day. If I finally fell asleep, I have dreams from creating stuff. Before my hands in the morning touch the snooze button on the phone, my brain is already here with a new idea. I accepted that the most of these creative ideas I'll never actually realize, and it makes no sense to write them all down because it seems to be a never-ending source. That sounds a bit depressing now, but I'm a very happy person indeed, and I love my wild inner world. But sometimes I wish I could be just a lamppost for a few minutes a day. I had nothing to think about. It's just staying in a place and serving a purpose, without questioning or creating something. But yeah, even realizing that brought me in a creative process. With a black pen, I give my shapes a bit depth and bring the composition together. It's an easy way to make the black fields sharp-edged. Now my favorite part, the strokes. Not just widely placed strokes, no, exactly where I planned them before. Thanks for watching.